are the game changer. Tired of traditional opportunities that seem out of reach or too mainstream to yield significant profits? Enter a smarter path with our expert-led seminars designed for aspiring investors eager to explore tax lien and deed investments. This platform offers tailored consultant services and detailed strategies for lucrative returns. Dive deep into expansive learning with on-demand real estate educational seminars and seize the moment to transform investment dreams into reality. Ready to unlock potential? Check us out today.
Welcome to our economic development seminars. If you don't know who I am, my name is Lady Lashley. You can call me Miss Grace or Miss Lashley. We're here on Secure Your Energy every Wednesday, live at the Adams Street Library in Atlanta, Georgia, where me, Lady Lashley, and the Fulton County Library System has teamed up to have economic development seminars every Wednesday at 2 p.m. So if you can't make it and you're from out of state, this is the best place to be right now. Now, if you don't know what we do is educate on how to do your due diligence, how to set up an adequate business by putting the key elements together to make sure you're successful. What does that mean? Well, if you check out some of our other videos, we basically have a lot of content that's going to get you through the fundamentals of understanding economy, assets versus liability, what type of financial situation you are in, being people who want to start a business, or you just want to figure out what's going on in your household. We start with that type of information to make sure that you guys can navigate your home, your budget, your expenses, get them on a savings plan, starting to plan for your business. And then while you're starting to implement these key behaviors that you already started at home, you're ready to get it in your business. So what we're doing this week, we're going to continue economic development seminars for leaders, business owners, and what we want to do is help you create an actionable plan. And that actionable plan, it intertwines you, the viewer, the new business owner, helps you go down the road of creating a business plan. Okay, so we're not going to do every single part of a business plan, but what we're going to be doing is the key parts that I see most individuals fail in business plan, and that is market analyzation, having a real 5-year plan, as well as getting ready for an actual loan. What do you need to do for that? So we're going to talk about a lot of that throughout these seminars throughout this week. So we're in season 2, guys. Shout out to the Fulton County Library. Thank you so much for teaming up with Primetime Home Buyers. Let's get this seminar started. So what we're going to do is start off with a PowerPoint. In this particular PowerPoint, we're going to be talking about the concept of measuring success and ensuring accountability, the key to organizational growth. Why? Because if you can measure success and understand the foundational key elements to measuring accountability, then you will be in analyzation. We're going to show you. We're going to build the bridge right now. So hit the like button. Hit the like. Thank you so much. Okay, let's go. This part is going to be pretty short. I think today's live is not going to be as long, guys. And do remember, after every seminar on Wednesday, we are down in Atlanta with our free food giveaway. Please like and subscribe to our sister channel where you can see us in action, okay? So today, again, we're going to be focusing on unlocking your success, the essential guide to business market analyzation. Give me 1 second. Okay, are we on board? So these are some of the concepts that we're going to be talking about today. Can you hear me, y'all? Does this sound a little weird? I just want to make sure can you hear me? I like the mic. Hey. Okay, I'm playing with y'all. All right, so the first thing, these are some of the concepts of learning, sharing with the community, and ensuring leadership accountability. This is where we got to start. We have to start here before we can even come up with a marketing plan. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Accountability. Ensuring accountability, the process of holding individuals and teams within the organization responsible for their actions and performance. It helps to create a culture. You want to think about when you're putting your business plan together. Okay, what type of team would I have? What type of organizational structure would I have? And what would be their primary jobs? And how would I hold them accountable for it? And not more accountable, how would I make that process easy for them so we can hold each other accountable? Using techniques that have seminars and those type of things is very important. Okay. Also, it helps to create a culture of transparency, trust, and everyone is accountable for their particular position. Now, if you have an organization that's set up like that, you will want to deal with organizations that are set up like that. So we're kind of saying this because we want you guys to think about accountability outside of yourself as well. Okay, and this is some of the concepts that's going to feed into market analyzation, because you want to look at accountability scales of these particular entities, the viability of your market. Does that make sense? So then we're going to go into establishing clear expectations. That is something that's very important when you're coming up with a business plan. You want to have clear expectations, clear plan, and simple, especially when you're getting started. In your business plan, you want to have at least a 1 to 2 year plan. And if you really, really detail oriented, you can get a 5-year plan. But you establish clear expectations for your business, where you want to be, and those expectations have to be based on market analyzation. Because your expectations can be one thing, but the market may say something else. So you have to be prepared. And that's why we're going to bridge into market analyzation and understanding how to do that so you can incorporate some of these concepts in your business plan. Remember, these things I'm talking about will create actionable items for you to actually do. So today's actionable item, one of them is ensuring accountability. And how do we do that? What do accountability look like on your side as a new business owner, and on the outside as who you're going to deal with, who you're going to invest in, who you're going to partner with? Does that make sense? Now, ensuring leadership accountability, and that's going to be part of your market analysis. You want to make sure that whatever company you deal with, companies you're in competition with, you want to look at their leadership and how do they hold it accountable, because that's going to tell you how the actually business is doing. Does that make sense? I don't know why this mic got me going, but I'm going to talk a little louder. So you want to check regular performance reviews. Regular performance reviews provide an opportunity to assess an individual or team progress towards their goal and identify areas of improvements. It also helps to ensure everyone is in on the same page and working towards the organizational goals. So we're going to look at that from inside and outside. You are creating your business plan. You want to understand how you're going to do regular performance reviews. What are your expectations? What are the processes that you have in place? You are the leader of your business, so the tone that you set is going to be the tone you set for your workers. You have to start that now. Holding people accountable and holding yourself accountable. Holding people accountable means taking action when expectations are not met. It could include coaching, disciplinary actions. It essentially is create a culture where underperformance is not tolerated. And everyone is expected to take their responsibility for their actions. And that is a very important concept and fundamental building block that I think everyone who is serious about their business should do. Accountability for yourself, accountability for your product, accountability for your approach, accountability with the people you deal with, and accountability for you doing your due diligence and really making your brand mean something. So accountability and holding people accountable starts with you. And that also goes into market analysis. We're going to talk about that because you're going to look at viable competition. How do they do that? Do they hold their people accountable? What are their processes? How can I match that that's part of market analyzation and the concepts that you want to keep in mind when you're looking at your competition, when you're looking at the market. The accountability, do I have to look into this business? No, this business is not doing well. We're in the same market, but they don't have no accountability. They're just riffraff. Usually, we're not going to do that. And that's part of your market analyzation. These are concepts that are actionable, that you have to keep in mind, because these are the building blocks to success, okay? So lastly, this is just basically ensuring leadership accountability. This is for you and me. And also it helps us determine who we're gonna deal with and who we're not. Even if you're working for somebody, you go look for a job. I'm gonna be honest, I was picky as a nurse. If I went into a place and it was chaotic, or the day I was filling out the application, I walked out. It has happened. Even before I had my first nursing job, I remember walking out of this government building because when I went in, they was arguing. The staff was talking stuff about each other. So look at that. Look at the leadership. Look at what leadership style do you have? This is all going to be incorporated in your marketing plan. Is it autocratic? Is it a democratic? You know, autocratic when you're telling everybody what to do. Is it democratic where everybody has their say? Would that work for your market? Is it gonna cause more complications? Does that make sense? So I just wanted to start our seminar today, at least give a good portion, a good time to accountability, so we can understand the importance of accountability and how it helps structure our business, deals, plans, objective, the people that we deal with in business. If you measure them to some form of accountability, then you're gonna be able to avoid a lot of stuff. What's going on? You want the app to, okay, make changes to your device? No. All right, so, pretty much we're done with this PowerPoint. What I'm gonna do is just put the video back up there for you guys, and, so we can get to our next portion. All right, so I hope you guys got an understanding of the importance of accountability and leadership. That's gonna help you determine who you're dealing with, when you're dealing with it, why. Okay, is it an asset or a liability? Is this worth it? Like I said, I think that's some of the things that we severely missed out on in the last couple of years in the Black community, guys. We did not do our due diligence. We did not hold people who we wanted to work with accountable. As I mentioned, coming from Atlanta, you know this is the land of the scams, just being honest. And with that being said, a lot of people were scammed. A lot of people were scammed out their money because of these get-rich schemes. And it didn't pan out. A lot of these seminars that if they would evaluate the accountability of the person holding it, their background, and the substance that they were talking about in the beginning, instead of throwing punchlines, it would save us a lot. Okay, so let's just keep that in mind. I'm gonna always throw that out so we won't do this again. All right, no more black houses in the Atlanta house. Yes, shots fired, shots fired. Let's see, can we just put this big and see if that'd be nice? Maybe, maybe not. Got a lot going on. Let's just get to some good talking points, and we're gonna get into lecture time. What is lecture time, y'all? Hold on one second. I got everything. I just don't want the thing to show so much. That's why he was like, maybe just have it show one thing. My connections with them, get into Facebook, go out into these places where you have commonality with the people that will be connected to your product. I.e., whoever think that real estate realtors will be my best friend. When I'm the one that's saying, hey, you can go get your own, do your own thing. And realtors looking at me like, well, I can use this strategy to get my property too, you know, or educate my people who get in trouble before they have to go to a lawyer. Maybe they could consult with you. You see what I'm doing? Make some friends, guys. Find a way to gain a competitive edge. Understand your rivals. That's what I told you. Scope it out. Why not? I'm on all these pages. When it came to tax liens, tax deeds, I think I am, me and another black woman is the only two that's in this field that's literally pushing it. And we're in with a whole bunch of men, you know, lawyers. I learned this from a lawyer in a bad situation, my skills, and he was Caucasian, so that's mostly who's in this market. I have to learn my competitors, how they're approaching the market, who they're catering to. Maybe I don't want to cater to the audience they cater to. Maybe I want to go another way about it. That's why I go my way, where I'm a little bit more comical, not that serious. I want to pull the average person in here and know that I can pull you up into this high level of information, knowing that you can do your due diligence. There's learning curves for all of us, but we don't have to learn like how everybody else learned. And that's what I'm pushing here. So I'm a little different than other alternative real estate investments, like the other tax lien guys. I was looking at them like, what they do? I gotta be professional. But then I'm like, wait, I'm professional, but I'm fun. And I like to show a lot, I like to teach. So that's my niche compared to my competitors. Does that make sense? So I said, I'm going to take my niche that I like to talk, I like to teach, I like to get things for free, and that's how I'm building my bridges. Does that make sense? Okay. So look at your competitors. What do? They do their stuff online? Are they going to craft stores? Do they have people selling for them? Do they do pyramid schemes? Don't do that. Like, I'm not doing that. Know what not to do too. Okay, so gain a competitive edge by understanding your rival's strengths and weaknesses, allowing you to position your business uniquely and offering superior value. That's why I'm nosy. That's why I look at everybody and everything. You gotta pay attention. You can learn from a baby. Now, your next thing is your part of your business plan is you want to find out a strategic way of attracting investors. That should be your whole objective in the back, because the investor is the lender. And with this business plan, you may be able to present it to an investor. Add it into your portfolio, future perspective, ideas as far as what, you build right now. You incorporate your business plan in there and you use that to present yourself. So attract investors. Savvy investors won't back a business without a solid understanding of the market. A well-researched market analysis, demonstration, homework, and potential. They got questions, you got answers. You're like, wait, don't ask no questions till you just read everything. After a 40-page business plan, they like, my mind blown. My mind blown. Because they want innovativeness. They want something that can potentially sell, something that other people will back, and potential and a strong plan can get you far. Okay? How to create your business marketing analysis, step by step. So let's get it. Okay. So let's start here. You're like, let's start. You said a whole lot. Okay, take more notes. Let's start again. I'm playing with you guys. Come on. Let's laugh a little bit. That's how my nursing professors used to get us. I'm like, you know this stuff, making us laugh and cry at the same time. I'm like, oh. So I'm making you laugh and cry. Define your marketing industry. 1. Okay. Define your marketing industry. What is the overall industry you are operating in? Again, what is it? That's the question. That's the actionable thing I just gave you. Just actionable. Go talk. You say, what is my overall industry I'm operating in? Example, is it e-commerce? Is it software? Is it food and beverage? Renewable energy? What's going on in our market just on a macro level? Are we being hit because of the tariffs? Is it hard for me to do this because of that? That's what you look out first before you even just look at what you want to. You got to consider that as well. What is the size market? Is it a big market? As I gave you an example, for what I specialize in at first, tax liens, that was not a big market. But now the market is expanding. So I took that in consideration with my plan. So total accessibility to the market, the TAM, how many potential customers, how much revenue does it generate? And this is all things that you can find online. One of my other businesses is that I sell waist trainer and workout wear. So I did an in-depth research into health and wellness in Atlanta, who buys waist trainers, how are they marketed, celebrities that wear them, how much revenue these people got. Oh yeah, I went deep down on that one. And it really gave me an idea of the potential money I can make and what markets I actually can touch based on my niche. I'm not a celebrity. I don't like all of the, even if you like waist trainers, you want to be healthy. I do more passive weight loss. I don't go in to be a movie star, so certain ways I can't market. But certain ways I can market. Maybe I'll go to more of my age, our age, 30 and 40, people who want passive weight loss, who have back problems. This is where I found my niche as a healthcare provider. So I was able to get into the waist training and passive weight loss industry, re-body shaping from going my way. Does that mean, does that make sense? Me having a niche of being a nurse and saying, hey, I know about passive weight loss. I know a little bit about diet. Let's go that way. Let's go a more medical way. People who have back problems. That was my niche. I'm giving you an example because waist trainers, everybody's coming in. Yeah, get look pretty. Put this thing. I didn't have to market. I don't have to market myself like that. As soon as I go into a hospital, when I used to do these contracts, I'll put my little book bag on my back in between my little lunch break. I'm on the floor selling waist trainers. Like, girl, you need it for your back, your legs, 10 holes. I had them all hooked up. And I ain't hit not a club out here in Atlanta or nothing. Does that make sense? Know your market, know your analysis and how you find your niche to put yourself in it. Be creative. Open your own market. What is the growth rate for your market? Is the market expanding, contracting? Is it stable? What are the projections for your market in 3 to 5 years? And that's something you need to consider with real estate. That's why I really don't favor going in the conventional way because the market is inflated. It's too much money. It's too many hurdles. The inflation rate is high. And what is it going to look like 3 to 5 years? What do investing in deeds look like 3 to 5 years? Foreclosures, the alternative ways. So just throwing that out there. Analyzing the market, the growth rate. Identifying subsections. Subsections is sub-segments. What is that? Are there distinct categories within the boundaries of your market? That's like I just did. I did a subcategory as a healthcare provider. I wanted to cater to people who have back problems, who need to keep their back straight, who we're pulling people every day, or we're bus drivers, people, things like that. And that was the sub-segment of the waist trainer game. Does that make sense? So kind of think about it with your industry. These are actionable items. These are actionable things that I'm talking about that you guys should be taking notes on. Go back and text yourself in your email and save it for your marketing plan so you can plug it on in, add some more to it. Actionable items. You got homework. Now, moving on to the second thing, identifying your target audience in more detail. What does that mean? This is where you get your feet in the ground. You want to look at the demographic, the age, the gender, education level, occupation, marriage status, and geographical location. I took those in consideration. Age, income, education level, and geographics. That's what I took in consideration. I wanted to focus on the middle class, that is disappearing by the minute. People who maybe feel like they were underprivileged when it came to education, because I love to learn, and me myself having to fight through dyslexia and learn how to self-teach myself. And being an honor student all the way, I know that I can teach people how to self-teach themselves. So education level was a thing that I considered when I made my program. How are people going to learn? They don't learn like just me. They don't like people just seminars. Work. We got videos where I'm looking on the internet and you should be looking on your internet for the information, hands-on. So these are things that you want to identify as well, okay? So your demographic considerabilities for this stuff, okay? Now, the next thing is that's how you're going to connect with your market. The next thing is the needs and pain points. Anybody? Needs and pain points. What is that? What problem do they have, your audience, your people, that your product solves or service? What are their frustrations, desires, aspirations? How do your product touch those particular aspects? Again, I'm going to give you an example. My son sells clothes, customized clothes. But his clothes actually, one of his brands focus on God and building a relationship with God and bringing different people in from different cultures. So he shows that through his work. You see what I'm saying? So that's a point of someone's need and pain point or their point of affliction. Does that make sense? Find where you can connect with your audience, where you can connect with the people you want to sell your product to. You just don't want to just sell something to someone. You're not going to be successful. You want to build a relationship. That's how you're building your brand. Buying behavior. You want to know what is your people buying behavior and buying potential. That's just going to help you shape the price of your product, how much it's going to be realistically as well. Buying behavior. How do they currently solve their problems? Where do they shop? What influence their purchasing decisions? And how much are they willing to pay realistically? These are the things that you have to consider about your product. Put this in your marketing plan. Okay, my people buying behavior is that they buy online. I can make a nice video showing them how the product works, and sometimes I get 400 sales, 100 sales. They like to see it in short form video. So all I have to do is a short and they buy. Do a live. All I have to do is go to a trade show and the buying behavior of your particular audience. And this should be incorporated in your business plan part under your market analyzation, because you're also analyzing the market for your customers, not just competitors and not just products. Creating a buyer's persona. Now this is not easy, this is not fun, but if you like it, you could do it. It was too much for me, but it's okay. Develop 2 to 3 detailed functional profiles of your ideal customer. What would your ideal customer want? What would they buy? How would they go about it? And then you set up a way of orchestrating to make it easy as possible for them to purchase. Give them names, backstories, needs that brings the audience to life, so you can cater to that if that's what you need to bring, market analyzation together as far as customer needs and service. Does that make sense? You can make your own person. Brought up to you guys, okay? What else is trying to win a heart and the wallets of people that you're targeting? One, you need to know your direct competition and indirect competition. Direct competitors offer similar products, services to the same audience. Example, coffee, shoes, things like that. Indirect competitors offer different solutions to the same problem. Tea shop, energy drinks. They giving people something to drink, different. You see what I'm saying? Tax liens, foreclosures, 2 different markets, but it's handling the same issue, getting someone into property and into investing, okay? So I need to know what's my direct competitors. If the fair market value home is my direct competitors, as far as me being invested in tax liens, deeds, or foreclosure, baby, my competitor's not doing good. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. Also, you want to consider suitable products or other products that is substitute, alternatives for what you have. That's part of your competition. Alternatives that might replace your offer entirely. The bootlegs, those things. How can you supersede that? How can you overcome that? For each competitor analysis, you want to keep this in mind. These are all actionable items that you may want to document, to keep in mind. Their product, services, and prices. This of your competitors when you're analyzing them. Their strengths and weaknesses. Their market and sales strategies. Their market shares, how actually you're doing in the market, and their customer reviews and reputation. And when you look at the customer reviews and what they say, you will kind of see, you'll kind of see what their customer needs, and you make a guide, talk to their customers. Does that make sense? Talk to their customers. But find a way to cater to their customers, okay? So always analyze your competition. Identify your unique selling position. What is your unique selling position? My unique selling position is that I could create short seminars on my YouTube page, on my website, and then connect it to Eventbrite and host seminars. I got a lot, y'all. Y'all connected to Eventbrite. We got a lot of free videos there. And also we have paid seminars. So these are some of the outlets that we're actually using. So identify my unique selling position, and that's a unique selling position for me. How far? We got like 15 more minutes, guys. The lecture is going good, y'all. We're making our way. Okay. So then we're gonna go to understanding. Lean behind my stuff a little bit. We're gonna get to understanding market trends and forces. What are the trends and what are the forces behind the market? The market is rare. It is strategic. You need to pay attention to it. What external factors are influencing your market? The market. Okay, so you want to keep this in mind. Okay, let's write this acronym down. PESTLE. Remember this, okay? Analysis. This analysis is a great framework. So P, political. What is the political environment that may affect your selling power, your buying power, your industry? Government policies, regulations, elections that affect your product. Economic, you want to look at what's going on. Is increased poverty, interest rate, employment levels, consumers' spending power. This is part of your analysis to keep in mind. Social. What social factors part of your analysis that would affect it? Geographical shifts. Maybe people are moving from this area out to another area. Lifestyle trends. Maybe people are living more healthy and don't want more junk food and you can't sell your sweet tarts. You gotta get a healthy tart. You see what I'm trying? Let's keep an eye on that. You know, I want to talk about health as well. Now, as I talk about lifestyle changes, culture values, public opinion change about certain things. Things that was good today is not good tomorrow. You know, slavery was good back in the day, but it ain't good today. Shut up, y'all. I gotta talk about it. Segregation was good then, it was legal, but it ain't today. You understand? Let's go. Shout out to all of our Atlanta-based family that